This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Thanks for joining us here at 11. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starrentino. Tonight, a group of Indianapolis families are looking back on a year of loss.
As the year draws to a close, Metro Police have investigated 147 homicides. Many of those cases remain unsolved.
And one of the crimes was the fatal shooting of Shane Spells. Tonight, his family is talking to RTV6's Cameron Riddle about their plea to the community just days before Christmas.
It's been over 3 months since the life of Shane Spells was cut short by a gunman who shot and killed the 24-year-old postal worker as he sat in his own driveway.
Shane was killed on Labor Day weekend, and we're going into the Christmas holiday season. We're still searching for answers.
As his parents count every second he's gone, police are using that precious time to search for suspects and collect evidence. But so far, no suspects have been named in the investigation. The Labor Day weekend murder is just one of 147 homicides in Indianapolis this year.
Shane wasn't perfect, but he was next to perfect. He was next to perfect. Will a conviction give us closure? It'll lead us in the right direction.
Jimmy Warren, Shane Spells.
Shane's name was among those called tonight at a vigil hosted by IMPD and Grace Apostolic Church. The sanctuary, filled with friends and family, serves as a snapshot of the lives lost.
Just like tonight, they were calling Shane's name, and just a little over a year ago, they was calling his name when he was graduating. So this right here tonight was extremely hard, just thinking of my son's gone.
Tonight, Shane's family is joining the dozens of others affected by violence and asking the public to come forward and help police find a killer who is still walking free.
It's rough, because that's all we think about, because we don't know who's who. Like my husband said, we go to the mall, and we don't know if the person is walking right past us, We don't know. The unknown is real scary.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
IMPD detectives tell RTV6 Shane's case is far from cold and is still an active investigation. If you have any information, you're asked to call IMPD detectives directly at the number 317-327-3475 or anonymously by dialing 317-262-TIPS.
Taking a live look outside toward downtown Indy from the Pagoda and Indy Motor Speedway. Still plenty of snow out there and a cold stretch is ahead. Let's check in with Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory tonight. Hey, Kevin.
And Amanda, it was still snowing at this time last night, and we had over 70 2-hour delays. Tonight, no 2-hour delays. If we have any in the morning, I'll be surprised. No more than a couple in outlying areas. The wind is still strong. That combined with the falling temperature gives us wind chill temperatures in the single digits. Feels like 6 in Indy, 6 in Peru. Actual temperatures around 20. What will happen overnight with clouds starting to ease back in now, our temperatures will change very little. Temperatures around 20 in the morning, generally in the upper teens. That's the way we start the day. I do urge some caution, though. Don't be caught off guard. There will be slick spots in the morning, especially as you're walking through parking lots. Temperatures will be in the teens.
One local school district says it's going to start paying closer attention to sidewalks surrounding the schools after major winter weather like we saw yesterday. A Hamilton Southeastern School District employee reached out to RTV6 concerned about piles of snow covering sidewalks near the schools along Oleo Road in Fishers.
There are quite a few kids after school that walk past here. A lot of kids that live in this neighborhood walk home from school. So yeah, there's actually quite a bit of traffic.
The person who reached out to RTV6 says this happens every year and there's confusion about who is supposed to clear the snow. We learned Oleo Road is a county road, but it's plowed by the city of Fishers. The city says they try to clear the sidewalks, but the roads are a priority. Hamilton Southeastern Schools says it didn't realize the sidewalks were an issue, but from now on, workers will make sure they are clear for students.
Happening tomorrow, a sentencing is scheduled for the woman convicted of hitting and killing 3 children at a Fulton County bus stop last year. Another child was seriously hurt in the crash. In October, Alyssa Shepard was found guilty on 3 counts of reckless homicide, 1 count of passing a school bus causing injury, and 1 count of criminal recklessness resulting in serious injury. Shepard could spend up to 21 years in prison.
A disciplinary commission says Attorney General Curtis Hill should lose his law license for at least 2 years. That's the proposal filed after October's disciplinary hearing into accusations that Hill inappropriately touched 4 women at a party in 2018. Over several days, the commission heard from the women and Hill, who denied the accusations, by the way. Today's report by the commission says Hill violated the Indiana rules of professional conduct for attorneys at law, and that his violations and conduct, quote, do incalculable harm to the public perception of the Attorney General's office and all the state agencies it represents, end quote. The Indiana Supreme Court has the final say in what, if any, punishment Attorney General Hill will face. Now, Hill's own lawyers have filed a motion to strike the commission's recommendation.
Indianapolis public school teachers and staff will have bigger paychecks to look forward to just in time for the holidays. Millions of dollars in IPS pay raises will begin this week. The school district approved $31 million for raises in November. The money comes from a multi-million-dollar referendum approved by voters to help the district retain quality staff. Of the $31 million, $30 will go to teacher pay, and the remaining $1 million will go to other school staff. And here's an update to our story involving a mother concerned with mice problems at the Hawthorne Place apartments. We took you to Brittany Cole's apartment on Friday. The Indianapolis Housing Agency says the offer to relocate the Cole family while they find a permanent solution to the problem. Cole had voiced her concerns to the agency's executive director during a town hall meeting on Wednesday.
A program that helps Indianapolis residents access grocery stores is expanding. The Lyft Grocery Access program kicked off over the summer as part of Mayor Hogsett's plan to help people living in food deserts, and since then dozens of people living on the Far East Side have taken more than 1,000 rides to grocery stores, pay just $1 each way. Well, tomorrow Hogsett and community leaders will announce the program is expanding to the west side of the city. An estimated 200,000 Indianapolis residents live in food deserts with limited access to fresh, healthy, and affordable food options.
It might be hard for many to imagine, but even with all the snow on the ground right now, there are still people across central Indiana who are sleeping outside. Horizon House knows the firsthand because they are out there almost daily checking on folks in homeless camps. And today they were joined by Mayor Joe Hogsett, who got a look at what organizations who help the homeless are facing and need from him. Something Horizon House says is invaluable.
They talk to the individuals. They hear from them in terms of what are some of the challenges, what are some of the barriers, right? And then we as a community of the social services and with the government and so forth, we can then have more discussions about the solutions that we can bring to the table.
Helping the homeless is one of the mayor's big initiatives. With support from his office, Horizon House has been able to find homes for 177 people since April of 2018.
A shelter in Henry County is searching for the person who left behind a box of the priceless heirlooms in one of their rooms. The guest house posted pictures on Facebook of the items that were left behind. The shelter serves men experiencing homelessness in Henry County. The assistant director says this box containing military service ribbons and a medal was left behind in the drawer of a desk in a private room. The guest house says they think the items belong to a Gerald W. Wilson who served in World War II. If you recognize the name or these heirlooms or want to share this story, head to theindychannel.com. This next story has already been shared hundreds of times since we posted on our RTV6 Facebook page.
And dozens of you are calling a Hancock County woman an angel for what she left behind after she died. Patricia Pope from Greenfield worked as a receptionist at Eli Lilly for almost 30 years. People who knew her say she lived modestly. That's why it came as a huge surprise when she left a total of $3 million to various local organizations after she passed. That includes $500,000 each for Greenfield Central High School and Eastern Hancock County High School. The school district will use the money for scholarships.
I guess her parents divorced when she was young, so that she was unable to afford to go to college. So she was a firm believer in education.
Pope left another $500,000 to Greenfield Hancock Animal Management, and thousands of dollars will go to the Greenfield Police Department and the Hancock County Sheriff's Office. Because Pope was an animal lover, that money will go toward the department's canine programs.
Still ahead here, major developments in Washington that have nothing to do with impeachment. We're taking a closer look at the major spending bill Congress is about to approve, with some surprising changes at the national level.
But first, a local church opens its doors for those feeling blue this Christmas. How this special service is bringing people together during a tough part of the year.
And a dry stretch of days straight ahead, but a cold blast as well. Hello, Canada. We'll talk about when our temperatures are in the single digits coming up.
Total savings. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Those feelings that you're having are okay. They're not uncommon.
We talk a lot about joy and celebration this time of year, but the holidays can also be a challenge for those dealing with things like grief, depression, or a family crisis. That's why one Central Indiana church is starting a new tradition.
RTV6's Cornelius Hawker shows you how Speedway Christian Church is spreading comfort and hope with a blue Christmas service.
Everywhere you go this time of the year, you're bound to see lights glowing.
This time, these holidays, is a time of joy and celebration, a time with family for so many.
That's Reverend Katie Griffin with Speedway Christian Church. She knows the same lights which bring joy to some can bring sadness to others.
A time where a lot of people find themselves to be in a darkness as a result of a lot of different losses in their lives.
That's why, for the first time, she helped lead a blue Christmas service, one where those who are dealing with loss and grief can come for encouragement and support.
We are here with you and praying for you and loving for you and encouraging you to seek anyone that you might feel comfortable talking with.
This service serves two purposes. The first is, of course, for the people who attended. The second, to spread a message to those who weren't here.
Just so that we know that those people who have lost somebody know they are not alone, that there is somebody who cares about them.
Church elder David Shank says this service is a good reminder for everyone to check up on those in your life who may be dealing with loss. And if you need it, his church, along with many others, are there for you if you're having a difficult time.
We care, we love, we want to be with you, whatever your faith belief may be.
God is walking with you throughout all of it.
Working for you in Speedway. Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
And the owners of this coffee shop that you see here recognize this may be a lonely time of year for many people, so they will be opening their doors and their arms to anyone who wants some company on Christmas Day. Needhammer Coffee Company will open on Christmas Day from noon to 3 in the afternoon. They say they will have free donuts, hot coffee, and goodwill to everyone who shows up. The owners opened the shop on Christmas last year, and that gesture meant a lot to the more than 150 people who needed it.
We got dozens and dozens of letters and emails after the event last year. I think the latest one came in June. A lady that had lost her husband, and she said, I didn't come down, I didn't make contact, but I want to reach out now 6 months later and let you know what that meant to us.
Many of the coffee shop's employees made sure to block out the time on Christmas Day to be at the coffee shop. They say they're looking forward to it. The shop is still looking for donations of donuts from other coffee shops. And by the way, Needhammer is at East Washington Street and North Hamilton Avenue.
The stage is set for a possibly historic day on Capitol Hill. The House of Representatives is on track to pass 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump. And tonight, people across the country held rallies voicing their support for impeachment. And in Washington, a House committee finalized the rules for tomorrow's debate, which could last 6 hours. The time will be split evenly by Republicans and Democrats. A majority of the House is expected to vote in favor of impeachment, moving the process to the Senate for a trial. It is expected that President Trump will be acquitted in the Republican-controlled Senate. And the impeachment process has been dominating the news coming out of Washington today, but it's not the only thing lawmakers are working on.
Today, the House approved a $1 trillion spending deal that President Trump is expected to sign if it passes the Senate. Taking a closer look at some of the important elements of that deal, $425 million will go to election security, but the bill does not mandate how the states use it. Democrats say they will continue to push for reforms to make specific security changes. Cyber experts say that foreign actors could still influence or hack election results. And it's not just Russia they're worried about. They've also issued warnings about China and Iran.
Another part of the spending package, the first funding in 2 decades for gun violence research. $25 million will go towards studying the effects of firearms on Americans. Half of the money will go to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the other half will go to the National Institutes of Health.
Also a part of the funding deal, raising the federal smoking age from 18 to 21. That includes e-cigarettes and other vaping devices as well. It doesn't have to do with the budget, but lawmakers tied it to the spending deal to make sure it passed. The entire funding deal needs to pass by Friday to avoid a government shutdown.
And I've got some other numbers for you now. If you combine November 11th snow with what we've had in the last 48 hours, you come up with this. That's our season total so far at 10.4 inches. A typical winter in central Indiana brings 26 inches of snow. Temperatures responding to the fresh snow cover on the ground and falling into the teens in spots. It's 19 in Greencastle, 16 in Crawfordsville, Tipton at 18. These are not the coldest temperatures in my forecast. First thing in the morning, we mentioned no delays at this time, so buses should be mainly on time. 18 degrees at the bus stop first thing in the morning. Afternoon temperature tomorrow only 23. Warm up about 5 degrees. That's it. And with the breeze, it will feel much colder. It's our coldest day in the 7-day forecast. Right down here, you see the trend though. Temperatures go above average as we end the work week, go into the weekend, and even early next week. Temperatures, exact temperatures, 23 tomorrow, 32 as we get to Thursday. We're above freezing on Friday, and before long we'll be in the 40s. Cloud cover is increasing right now, and in the morning some clouds around. Those will move away. More sunshine as we get late morning through the afternoon. Temperatures don't really respond to the sunshine though. General wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures in the low 20s, then falling quickly as we get to tomorrow evening. With the wind light and the fresh snow cover and the fact that we don't warm up during the day, we're set for some very cold temperatures, single digits, not wind chills, actual temperature around 7 Thursday morning in Frankfort, 6 in Anderson and Muncie. Single-digit temperatures either side of I-70. That's really where your band of heavier snow fell in the last 48 hours. Where there's not as much snow on the ground, temperatures won't be quite as cold. Thursday, lots of sunshine, and we do make a nice recovery from single-digit temperatures. We'll be to the freezing mark as you look at other high temperatures to the south, a little warmer than that. Into the weekend Sunday, keep your eye on that, above 40 degrees. Monday and Tuesday, temperatures in the mid-40s. That's above average for this time of the year. Hints are even beyond the 7-day forecast as we get into Christmas week. Temperatures remain above average. Something to look forward to.
Everyone's been asking about white Christmas, but
it's too early now. But
too early to know, right?
Everything is white this second.
Well, some people are already setting the stage with some music. Check this out.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
Isn't that beautiful? Well, holiday joy and Christmas cheer decked the halls of Riley Hospital for Children in the fashion of blue and white. The Indianapolis Colts, the Colts cheerleaders, and of course blue made their rounds on the hospital floors today. Patients were surprised with Christmas carols and gifts. It is all to bring some of the holiday spirit to Riley patients and their families and add some smiles to their day.
Seeing a smile on the kids' faces when they usually wouldn't have it is, you know, it's amazing. Especially this time of year, you realize like what things are really important. You know, the relationships with people. You know, just like I said, bringing smiles to people's faces. It's and that's the stuff that really matters.
And players have carols ready with their songbooks, but they always ask the kiddos what their favorite Christmas song is too. This visit has become an annual holiday tradition for the Colts. Brad.
Fun stuff over there. Well done, everybody involved. And good evening, everyone. The NBA schedule is set up so that every team in the league visits at least once during the season. There aren't many that garner quite the buzz that comes when LeBron comes to town, particularly as good as the Lakers have been this season. Sellout crowd at Bankers Life Fieldhouse tonight. Pacers were up to the task, though, down 10 early, down 2 at halftime. Here in the fourth quarter, Aaron Holiday drives. Domantas Sabonis with the big slam. He had 26 and 10 rebounds. Pacers were up 5. Eventually down 5. LeBron to Dwight Howard. Each of those guys scored 20 for the Lakers. But Malcolm Brogdon was stellar down the stretch. Tied the game, 2 minutes to go. This basket with 40 seconds left gives the Pacers the lead. Lakers will get a final chance in the final seconds. Rajon Rondo to tie it, and it rims out. Pacers hang on, 105-102. They snapped the Lakers' 14-game road win streak. Is it the season's best win so far? Certainly looks like it for the Pacers tonight.
Man, we're a really good team. We got to come to play every night, but we can compete. We can beat anybody.
We're building that chemistry more and more. We're just going out there and we're just trying to help each other. We want it better for both of us, and we're just out there having fun.
Pacers host the Sacramento Kings on Friday night. A few coaches have done it as well for as long as Lawrence North's Jack Kiefer, his 48th season on the sidelines. The Wildcats are back up to #1 in the Class 4A rankings. Going for a milestone victory tonight, Coach Kiefer and LN hosting Manual in control from the start. CJ Gunn hits the 3 right before the halftime buzzer. 53-16 at the break. Shamar Avance with a nice drive and a nice finish. Lays it in for 2. Now they were closing in on 100. The crowd chanting for it. The closing seconds. David Beatty gets it. They reach the century mark right before the buzzer. Wildcats cruise to the win. Career victory number 800 for Coach Kiefer. 739 of those coming at Lawrence North.
That's a lot of games, I'm telling you. It's a long time. Takes a long time to get 800 wins, but we've had a lot of fun, and this community has been so supportive. And here we are. We're #1 in the state, and the girls are #1. We're kind of a basketball factory over here, and the kids we've had so many great players, and you can't win 800 without great players, and I've had them.
And he's got him right now. Bloomington South's J.R. Holmes is the only other active coach over 800. Jack Butcher retired with 806, so congrats to Coach Kiefer. Got quite the team right there as well. Purdue beat Ohio tonight. We got the Crossroads Classic at Bankers Life Fieldhouse on Saturday. Purdue taking on Butler, IU, and Notre Dame. Some great action all weekend.
Looking good there.
You bet.
A lot going on.
Thanks, Brad.
Well, Indiana's workforce is shrinking rapidly, but new recruitment technology is doing the grunt work to retain talented Hoosiers and get them hired at Indiana's companies. We will show you how TMAP is luring skilled Hoosiers that moved out of the state for work to come back home.
On select models.
For the past year, Hiring Hoosiers has been connecting you to jobs, career resources, and training opportunities. We've also been highlighting the challenges some companies face when it comes to finding the right employees for open positions. In the next 10 years, the state of Indiana is going to lose 180,000 workers. But new recruitment technology called TMAP is working to fill those positions with native Hoosiers. TMAP, which stands for Talent Map, finds talented people from Indiana or those who went to college in Indiana but moved out of state for work. TMAP searches through data science and state-of-the-art marketing to select specific people for Indiana companies. The president and co-founder of local software company Covideo is using TMAP to find new talent to work for his company.
What TMAP's doing, honestly, is in terms of our interaction, is it's more than just coming in and understanding the positions. I mean, finding the right culture fit, finding the right skill set, I mean, that's all critical, right? But then finding someone that has the family situation, the personality profile to where Indianapolis would be a great spot for them. A native Hoosier is clearly the best place for us to look. So I think finding those people and bringing them back.
The CEO of TMAP says the technology is proactive, finding the talent to sustain Indiana companies before those companies move to another state. To learn more about how TMAP works, just head to our website, hiringhoosiers.com. And make sure you're following our Hiring Hoosiers Facebook page for daily posts about job openings and all our Hiring Hoosiers coverage. We'll be right back.
The $4,000 winter bonus at your local Infinity retailer.
Finally tonight, a look at what your generosity has accomplished as part of the Six Shines on Toy Drive. Tonight, the Care Center at Grace Church in Noblesville let parents pick out toys from the thousands that you and our partners donated. Our toy drive serves more than 5,000 kids across central Indiana through multiple organizations. So thank you so much for your generosity there.
And lots of wrapping paper donated as well, so they get all wrapped up and under the tree for the big day. Temperatures with sunshine don't respond much. We start in the teens. Temperatures no warmer than the lower 20s through the afternoon. Coldest morning, that arrives Thursday in the single digits, about 6 degrees. We're easing into winter. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
We're kind of just going these like little waves while going down.
Moose Jaw, Alaska is really cold right now. Or that's in
sure
Canada.
You gotta keep it in perspective. You're right. When you look at it that way.
It's 83 in Orlando, though.
Good night, everybody.